Here we are.
Here we are. We're here. Welcome to the podcast, Rob Lopez.
Thank you for having me.
Dude,
this is a very exciting moment,
Dude,
I think.
This is crazy, man. This is insane.
Yeah.
I've seen your journey from way back when.
Yeah.
We met in high school.
Yeah. I think you were one of my first friends, I think, in high school. How did we even meet?
Let me think. Oh, I think I remember. Okay. So we were in anatomy class together, right?
Yes.
Right? And I remember
Miss Adonis.
Miss
right?
Adonis.
Oh my gosh, I remember her name.
Is it coming back? It's coming back?
Yeah.
It's been years. It's been like 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a few years.
It's been a while.
But yeah, Miss Adonis, we were doing like an activity, right? I think it's like our interests, right? And I think you put YouTube or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And then because of that, because we were exchanging like our interests, I think I put piano or something, and I was like, oh, you have a YouTube channel, right? And then you were Robert Entertains at the time.
I was.
Right?
Way back when.
Way back when. You're not Robert Entertains anymore.
Not anymore. Rebrand, yeah.
Yeah, rebrand. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
But so that's how we met, and then I was like, okay, I subscribed to him, and at the time you had about how many subs? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Like,
not a lot.
Not a lot. It was a few hundred. It was 200.
Yeah, probably 200.
It was like 200.
200, 300, something like that. I don't even know.
And I remember I thought that was a lot at the time. I was like, dang, this guy's like so cool. Like,
Even back then, I thought like
Yeah.
when I hit my first 100 subs, I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
100 people like know who I am. Like,
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Do you remember like every time you hit your first 100 and then you hit your first 1,000 and you hit your first 10,000?
Yeah, because back in the day, that was such a huge like milestone for me. It was like 100 people, and then when I hit 100, I was like, okay, 200. Let's work for 200, and then just slowly started growing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember the times when I would tell my parents like, "Mom, my video got 1,000 views." Like,
Yeah.
what? This is crazy. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just fun to always look back at that and see how it was back then.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to introduce who Robert is. If you guys didn't even know who he was, Robert Lopez. He is a very popular YouTuber right now. He's on every social media platform out there, even TikTok. He does music. He produces his own music, raps his own music, writes his own music. He does everything music. Does everything YouTube.
I try.
He has a clothing line, as you can see from people viewing from the video.
Yeah.
It's Friday night collection. But yeah, he's a man of many talents. Totally forgot to give this introduction before. But yeah, so Robert Lopez, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Wow, you made me sound really cool.
Of course. Yeah, no, you're one of the coolest people I know.
Stop it.
No, honestly, you've been like a huge inspiration. Like for me personally, I've seen you, since from high school up until now. Like these.
Yeah, you were definitely there at the start of everything.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. Like I feel like I've been kind of on this journey, like just from the sidelines, just watching you, and just like watching you grow has been inspiring. I think for me. Just like, because you're so involved and always so busy doing so many different things at once, right? And now you're here. You're in LA. You moved out to LA recently. Tell us about that. You moved out to LA. How was that? How's the adjustment been? How's the transition been for you?
Yeah, so I recently moved out to Burbank 2 months ago in September. And just been trying to adapt to this brand new lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because before this, I was working full time. 8 hours a day at a med spa doing editing and marketing and stuff, but also still trying to do the YouTube thing on the side. And on top of that, I was directing a dance team and having practice for that multiple times a week. So by doing that, what I made sure I did was, as I was doing the dance and the work and this stuff, I was always made time to do YouTube, and because I knew that's what my passion was and I knew that's what I wanted to do as my career. So as I was doing all this stuff, I was slowly building this YouTube thing. So when I was able to leave I left everything, and now I had some sort of a foundation that allowed me to scale it up even higher. And now that I moved out here, I have the time and the energy to really go full force into it. So now I'm doing YouTube full time. And it's giving me more time to do stuff like the clothing line and the music and stuff like that, like what I'm really passionate about. Because I was sitting, although I had a great job and I loved it, it wasn't my true passion. And I knew I wanted to create my own empire and work for myself. And I knew I couldn't do that by working for somebody. 8 hours a day was too much. So yeah, now I've been here for 2 months and slowly adapting to this it is a whole 360. Like, I don't live with my parents no more. They can't cook for me.
Yeah.
They can't do this, do that for me. So it's like kind of me on my own. I'm learning a lot. I definitely believe that I've grown a lot in the past 2 months, just not only in YouTube, but in life in general. I've been reading a lot of books and trying to learn and how to grow myself and improve myself every single day.
Love to hear that.
So yeah, now I get to wake up every day and make YouTube videos, and this is what I've been working for the past 6 years. So.
Yeah, that's insane. You're like one of the hardest workers that I know personally.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just try to stay busy, because we only got this one life, and I want to definitely leave something behind. So
that's definitely true.
And I know it's not going to happen by me just sitting down, sitting back, and relaxing.
Yeah.
So I do like to relax, though.
Yeah.
Gotta
it's
make time for both.
Gotta relax.
Always good. You gotta make time for that. Like, I'm not trying to promote. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to stay busy, do a lot of stuff, but also have fun with it too.
So you were mentioning, like, before, when you're doing this full-time job, you're in school, you're doing dance, everything at once, you would not sleep at all.
Not sleep at all.
How were your hours like?
Oh yeah, this is a very interesting topic, and I don't know how I did it, but my life was crazy. I would even say last year, maybe 2 years ago, it started. I was doing school, also working at my school part-time as a photographer. After school, I would go home and eat real quick. From there, go to dance practice. And that's if we didn't have like meetings and stuff, because I was on board for 2 years as a captain and a director. So I would do that, practice from 8 to 12 to 3 sometimes in the morning. It was a pretty rigorous schedule for dance. But I always, like I said, made time to do the YouTube stuff and make a video, whether it was 3 hours when I got home from dance, because I knew this is what I wanted to do in the future. And I loved dancing and I loved directing and stuff, but I knew that's not where I wanted to be. I feel like in that time, it definitely helped me get to where I'm at today. But being able to set time aside always for YouTube, like I said, was able to build this foundation. And if I didn't do that, I would not be where I'm at today. Like, I would still be barely starting. You know what I mean? If I didn't make the extra time. So I would get back from practice like 1 a.m., eat something else, shower, and work on videos in my room. Dark, everyone's asleep. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and then sometimes I would even work on a video until I have to go to work at 7.
You just go back to work.
Go back to work, and then I would work and I would edit videos because that's what I did for work, was I edited videos and things like that. So it was still stuff that was very creative and it kept my mind flowing and stuff. But even during my lunches, I would clock out for lunch, work on my videos, clock back in, work on work stuff, come home, repeat, repeat same thing, either if it was class. And then I ended up dropping out of school. It was supposed to be a leap year, like a gap year. No, not a leap year. Why did I say that? I don't know why I said that, but it was supposed to be a gap year. I signed a leave of absence at my school, and then a year passed, and that gave me that little bit more time to put in towards YouTube that I wanted. It helped me scale it up just a little bit more. And I didn't end up going back to school. Nice. But school isn't for everybody, and for me, I was in class writing video ideas, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, I knew this is what I wanted to do, and I know with like society and stuff, it was hard. Even when I left school, people were looking at me differently and like, oh, what the heck? Why would you do that? Like, and I wasn't even at the level where I'm at now, and there's still so much for me to grow. But I just knew, like, deep inside, like, what my calling was, like what I really wanted to do. And at the end of the day, like, I just wanted to do what made me happy. But to answer your question, schedule was really crazy. Barely slept at all. Probably like sometimes just 4 hours, two to 4 hours, sometimes not even sleeping. But I'm so grateful that I did that, because now I'm able to be here, and now I get to sleep a regular schedule.
Sleep a regular schedule. This was over the course of 3 years, right?
Yep, 3 years. Was doing that every day. 3 years, every single day, every weekend. And like the weekends were like when I really filmed stuff, because during the week I couldn't film outside because I had no daylight. By the time I was already done with everything, I couldn't film anything. That's why everything was filmed inside. So weekends I really took time to film outside and all the stuff I wanted to do outside and with friends and stuff.
That makes sense.
But yeah, that was kind of how it was. I had to make a lot of sacrifices. And
do you think it's paid off now? Because you've made a lot of sacrifices, obviously, in the past 3 years.
Sacrifices left and right, whether it's like friends wanting to hang out, or like family wants to go do this and that. Like I would love to do that, but I always had that drive and that motivation to, like, I know in the future I can be here and I can do this and I can make this amount of money. So it was just like in the moment making those sacrifices, and it definitely paid off because, you know, I started YouTube 6 years ago, not knowing what it could even do. I was just doing it for fun. I was just making videos for my family to laugh at because I was homeschooled. I had no friends or nothing. So me and my sister made videos. And then ever since then, I never stopped posting, and it definitely paid off. The sacrifice. I think 3 years ago is when I really started taking it really serious. Before, I would just make videos whenever. And then I started thinking of it more as a job, and I seen a couple dollars flow through. I was like, oh wait, if I scale this up, I can, you know, make something out of this. So like 3 years ago is when I really started putting effort and more time and more sacrifices into making this. And now I'm legit living the dream, like my dream. This is what I wanted to do for the past 6 years, and now for me to be able to live it and every day do this YouTube stuff is a dream and a blessing. So
that's insane.
I'm grateful, and I just want to keep doing it.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize that, but like doing all of that to get to this point is like really inspiring. Not only like to me, but to anyone who like listens to this podcast or watches this video. It sends like a crazy message, like you've been grinding, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And that's my main thing is like I just want to inspire people now. Like meeting people in public when they come up to me now, that's so taboo. Like 3 years ago from now, I would have expected that. Yeah. Even when I started making videos, I never would have expected me going out and people recognize me for my work. Right. Saying, oh, you inspired me to start making music, or you inspired me to make YouTube videos. That's why I do it. Like I want to inspire people, and the thing is, anybody can do it. Right. I'm just a regular kid from the IE, and anybody can do it. You just have to be passionate and put in the work. And if there's something you really want to do, it's definitely possible. You just gotta, you gotta understand what goes into it.
A lot of work goes into it.
Yeah, a lot of people think that I just came up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But that's why I like to keep all my videos on my channel, is because like you can go back, dude. 6 years. I've been making every single style, genre. I experimented, and that's why I like talking about YouTube with people, because like I feel like I know something, like I know a little bit more than I did like 4 years ago, and I like teaching people like, hey, you should do this, do that, like like I could talk about this stuff all day, but definitely I just like to inspire people.
Yeah. So when you're making these YouTube videos, you talked about how you made a bunch of different genres and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you think was that video where you just found the formula, and what changed you making these random, genres of videos?
Yeah, that's it. And that's the thing too, is like every video I made, like I went through so much different stages, and I guess the overall foundation of it is that I love making videos, regardless. But now thinking about like career-wise and pursuing this, like making money and stuff, I definitely am starting to play the game, and like knowing how things work with the whole YouTube thing. And now I'm making videos that I love to make, and that are creatively fulfilling for me to make, rather than, I mean, the challenge videos were fun and stuff, but to me, I'd rather show off a video that, I'm really proud of, like creatively, and just like, oh, I want someone to watch my videos and say, oh, he really put in a lot of work in this, like, and this is different and unique, rather than, there's nothing wrong with doing challenge videos, but for me, that's just, that doesn't like fuel me, and I did a lot of those. Fashion videos, whole bunch of I did vlogs, lifestyle, everything, which is fun for me. But now I'm making videos, and I think I found the path that really, excites me. And I think that video that started it was the Kidz Bop series. If Kidz Bop did rap. And it all came full circle for me, because I was in Kidz Bop like when I was younger.
Yeah, talk about that, because I know a lot of people don't know that, I don't think.
Yeah, that's actually true.
You were in Kidz Bop.
So when I was younger, so I started off as a dancer.
Right.
So I started dancing when I was like 6 years old. Right. All the way, I mean, I still dance now, but I started dancing at 6 at a studio, boom, 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 all the way up to the collegiate dance team, and then that's kind of where I stopped. But back in the day when I was dancing at the studio, there was like an audition to get an agent, whatever. So I auditioned for that, not even knowing really what it's gonna entail. all these kids auditioned to get this agent. I ended up making it to the last round, and I got the agent, and I was like, oh, yeah. I have an agent now. That's cool.
Yeah.
So then they were sending me off on auditions and stuff, and my very first gig I've ever booked as having an agent and being in the industry was Kidz Bop. Being in Kidz Bop 12, I think was it. Kidz Bop 12
Kidz Bop 12
was the very first thing I've ever did in the industry. Yeah. And a lot of other things followed that, and a lot of people don't even know that I did that in my life. Mm-hmm. Like I was auditioning for TV shows and movies and print things, and I booked a lot of stuff. But back to the first thing was Kidz Bop. Mm-hmm. Fun little experience. I ended up doing Kidz Bop 12 all the way to like 21 or something. Like,
dang, really?
Yeah, because I did one, and I guess they liked me, so they kept calling me back. So I did that for a while, as well as other things. Mm-hmm. But 6-10 years passed. I don't know how long it's been. Yeah. But I was on a plane ride back from Aspen, mm-hmm. and had my notebook, and I was just trying to think, what's gonna get me to the next. What's something unique and something new, and I thought of if Kidz Bop did rap, and I wrote that down, and it just, to me, it rang in my head. I was like, this is something that's very interesting. No one has done, mm-hmm. and I was excited about it. I was like, oh, I can make. The whole thing was joking about Kidz Bop and how cringy it is, right. But having them sing songs that they wouldn't normally put in the Kidz Bop songs, exactly. Like provocative stuff, that a lot of curse words and raunchy rap songs, and I kind of just flipped it and Kidz Bopified it, and it just went crazy on the internet, blew up, and from that moment, I made friends, which are my roommates now, mm-hmm. and I really learned a lot from them, like how they made videos, and they were on the come up when I became friends with them, and just see them grow, very inspiring, and how they made videos and how they thought of things. And I started, reading books and watching more videos, and I really wanted to take this to the next level. So I was like, what can I do? So I took that worked, and I started making videos that kind of intertwined with that same genre. And that was something that really made me happy and fueled me to keep going, and really fulfilled my creative passion, I guess, to make videos like that. Mm-hmm. So then I got into more music stuff, because that kind of tied in with that, and then people like that, and then I started doing parodies, and I really found a path that I guess I wouldn't have found if I never experimented with all these other things. Right. And I feel like that's what it is. Like, anybody who wants to start YouTube or start making something is just to make stuff. Like, throw things at, you're going to throw stuff at a window, and something's going to stick. And over the years, and that probably took me 3-4 years to even make that one Kidz Bop video that really switched something in my head. And now it's like I definitely found the path that I like and I really enjoy. And every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm excited to make videos, and I don't feel burned out, and I don't feel like, oh, I have to make videos, like this is my job. Like, I'm blessed to be able to do this, and like I have a platform, whether it's not where I want it to be. It's definitely big, and I'm appreciative of it, and I'm grateful, but I know I can scale it up bigger and be able to inspire more people, and like that's what excites me every day. It's like there's a never ending. I can keep rising. I can keep going. Like, there's no cap. Only up from here. Like, there's no cap on where I could stop. There's no one telling me, oh, don't make this, don't do that. Yeah. So that's what excites me. And like, I love creating videos and creating something out of nothing. Yeah. Yeah. That's super inspiring. Mm-hmm. So you've probably met like a bunch of other like YouTubers and other creators. Right? Do you find inspiration in like talking with them and just like hashing these out in conversation and just picking their brain for ideas or stuff like that? I think that's definitely like what kind of pushed me to even the next step was understanding YouTube in general and like how things work, and this creator, because right now I'm in a Discord group chat that a lot of my YouTube friends are in, and some people I've never met before, but they're in the group because my other friends are friends with them. So it's cool to kind of like grow with this group of people that also like help each other. We like send in like our thumbnails, like different options, like, hey, which one do you think works best? And just little things like that really helps me out, and like listening to like what they have to say, and even living with my roommates, like they're a big inspiration to me. They work really hard, and I feel like that's why we work so well together, and we're able to live together really well, like happily, no problems or no beef or nothing. Like, it's a very cool environment to be in. My roommates are super dope. They run a channel called Love Live Serve. So I help them out with some of their videos. They help me out with my videos. It's a cool little thing. But definitely like working with different YouTubers and always surrounding myself with these type of people definitely helps me get inspiration and motivation to keep going and things like that.
So what's your typical day like? Because now you're living this life of a YouTuber, basically.
Yeah, basically.
So what's your day to day? Now you live in LA with these other YouTubers. You live in a building with a bunch of other like musicians, you know, child stars, stuff like that. So what's your day like?
So day-to-day life, and that's I've been living here for 2 months. So I would say I'm still adapting to this new lifestyle.
Makes sense.
But typical day for me, I wake up, I cook some breakfast, whether it's like eggs, bacon, simple stuff like that. Just because, you know, I never cooked before, so I'm still like practicing my cooking too. But it's fun for me to start to cook and stuff. After that, go to the gym. We have a gym on our floor right below us, so it's very convenient. I'm trying to, you know, get some more muscle on me, you know. And I would always just sit around like, oh, I wish I was like stronger or bigger, and it just comes down to me, you know. So I'm like, I just got to set that time aside, and it's gonna be a journey for me to get to where I want to be physically. But every day, been going to the gym, at least 45 minutes to an hour, and after that, protein, maybe eat something out, a little snack or whatever, and then I take a shower. And I kind of like sit down, schedule out what I'm going to do for the day, what kind of things I want to take care of, whether it's writing a video. If it's writing a video, get my notebook, go to either, I like to move outside of my room to work on my stuff, like write my stuff mainly just because I correlate my room with sleep, and it's very comfortable sometimes. So just to make it a little easier, I guess, and like for me not to go to sleep and just chill.
A
little bit more productive. We have like this conference room that I like to come in and just sit in here and write videos out, lock myself in here, write some videos, and then after that maybe film something. You know, I like to have, what I would like to have is like a list of videos that I could film that I can always, you know, have something to film and go back to, and keep me busy. Film a video. Hang out, chill out, watch some YouTube with my roommates.
Of course.
We have a pool that sometimes we like to go in. But for the most part, after the whole gym and writing and filming, it's more chilling. Or if my roommates have a video to film, I help them out with that. Just pretty much every day is pretty creative, and I'm working on something every day.
That's crazy.
And whether it's like meetings for like the whole clothing business, have those often. So always kind of like remembering like, okay, I have this to worry about, this. So writing a schedule and having a routine is what I'm trying to get in the habit of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Either if I'm not editing, I'm filming. If I'm not filming, I'm writing. If I'm not writing, I'm having like a meeting for the merch and the next designs. Like I have the new drop in 2 weeks, so now I got to worry about how we're gonna do that. Shopify this accounts and talking to these people, scheduling photo shoots and video shoots, and I'm getting brand deals now. So it's like now I got to write videos out. How is that brand deal gonna fit in each certain video? Because I don't want to put brand deals in every video. So it's like things like that I got to worry about on a day-to-day basis, answering emails and making sure I stay active on like social media, like TikTok and Instagram, and Instagram, and you know, interacting with the audience, because hey, without the audience, like I don't really have nothing. So I really appreciate everyone who watches and supports me. So I gotta make sure I show love back. But yeah, always just trying to do something, stay busy.
So I want to talk about your clothing brand. Friday Night, right?
Yeah.
So what was your inspiration behind the brand? What made you want to do that? Why is Friday Night a thing?
Okay. That's an interesting question. I like that. So Friday Night is the name of my clothing brand, and I wanted to create a brand that kind of stood for something. And for me, well, basically, I wanted to start a brand because I wanted to have something that lived outside of YouTube, something that could be ever growing. Say YouTube dies or whatever, I'll still have this company that's growing that I can build, and you know, something else that I can do that can be a passive source of income. So that's why I wanted to start making clothes and stuff. And I feel like I'm this kind of stylish guy, so I was like, hey, if I already have this audience and this platform, why not, wear my own stuff and promote my own stuff, and plus I wanted to create a message and something that's bigger than me. And what that is for Friday night, I thought of this name because I feel like, Friday night is just a day out of the week, but for me, it kind of like put me in the right direction. Meaning, Friday night is when I made that sacrifice to either stay in and work on my craft, and because people see Friday night as like or Friday, the weekend is like, oh, finally it's the weekend, I could go chill, I could go have fun. But for me, I thought of it like that, but I also wanted to make sure I had work done, and I followed my dreams and my passions, and Friday night is just representing hard work and creating time to follow your dreams. And that's kind of like how I thought of this. I wrote out a message on my Instagram about Friday night. Let me just read it off.
Just read it out.
That might be a better because I can't really.
Well, what is your Instagram handle, by the way?
My Instagram handle is Rob Lopez.
Okay, everyone, if you're listening to this podcast right now, go follow Rob Lopez.
So here's basically what I wrote out, like my mission statement for Friday night.
And here we go.
Here it is. When thinking of the brand name Friday night was one of the first things that popped in my head. It just felt right. As a brand, I wanted to represent something that is bigger than me. I want to use my life and experiences to tell a story and inspire people. Friday night represents sacrifice, hard work, and dreams. Friday is just a day of the week, although for me it carries such a big role on which path I want to take in life. It's a reminder to think about how you can use your time wisely and what great things you can accomplish by setting that time aside to pursue your dreams. Maybe you can miss out on a night out with friends, or maybe you can use a night to celebrate your accomplishments. What are you doing on Friday night?
Yeah.
So it's like
deep. That's deep.
So I wanted. That's kind of like the message behind the brand, and it's like, I'm not saying to never go out on Friday night and you should go work toward your dreams or whatever. It's just something that represents for me. Friday nights and the weekends were when I took time. It's basically put time aside to follow your dreams and to do what you want to do in life, because people could get caught up in their day-to-day job, and before you know it, like they're quote unquote trapped in this corporate business, and sometimes that's cool, but a lot of people don't want to do that, and they don't know how to, or that with the society norms and stuff, it's hard to really break that barrier and to do what you want to do in life. So that's kind of like the message behind that, and
That's a pretty good message.
Yeah, it's probably like a jumble of words, but you could probably get the gist of it.
Yeah, no, definitely got the gist of it. Yeah, that's really inspiring. I need to get something from your next drop.
I'm probably gonna drop in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, everyone.
I'm trying to do a drop every month, and and it's like these designs are never gonna be sold ever again. Then that's kind of like how I'm running it. It's like, it's gonna be open for a week, and you get it, and it's like exclusive. It's exclusive. And I want to keep it like that. It's a fun little thing to do, and it's not too stressful. It's something that I'm working on the side right now, and just throwing my marbles in there and seeing what happens.
So you're close with your family, right?
Yeah, I'm really close with my family.
So how was that when you moved out? Because you were living there for the longest time, right?
Yeah, for my whole life I lived with my family.
So how was your upbringing, and moving out? How did that affect you and your family?
Okay. Basically, my family's is just really close in general. We do everything together. In my household, it was me, my two sisters, my dad, my mom, and my grandma. I call her my Obachan because she's Japanese. So, so ever since I was young, it's been us. And I was just so blessed. They've always been so supportive of me. And they did so much for me. My grandma took care of me, made me food every day. And I was very spoiled. And my mom always, helped me with the videos and things, like running errands for me, and like while I was at school or whatever it was. And my dad was so handy with like making things and stuff. And he always helped me make, things that I needed for videos, or helping me with my room or anything like that. And my sisters were always helping me, because I didn't really have any friends that would like help me out with the videos.
Right.
So I always relied on my sister.
Right.
And my sisters would just help me hold the camera, and then
Yeah.
you know, over time they kind of got annoyed with it, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hold this camera for a silly video. But when I first started doing YouTube, my family didn't know what it was. Like, what is this kid doing? Like, talking to himself in his room. And that's very understandable, because 6 years from now, it wasn't as big as it is now. You know, not everybody was doing it. Now everybody wants to be a YouTuber, and it's so accepted now. But back in the day, it was a little tough. And I don't even know I was just making videos just to make videos for fun.
Right.
But yeah, over time, my family kind of understood, and they're really supportive of what I wanted to do and help me out in any way and form as possible. And then 2 months ago, I left the nest.
Bird left the nest. How was that?
To be honest, it was pretty sad for me.
Yeah.
Just very emotional. Like,
Oh yeah.
I remember the night before, I was just sitting in my empty room with boxes and just like,
Oh man.
damn, I'm not gonna be here anymore. Like, very like. Sometimes it happens to me and I don't even hear it, and then I'll just keep talking. I'm like, oh, it stopped.
And there we go.
And we're back. But yeah,
Empty
room boxes. I was just sitting there, just thinking about all these years of like filming it in that house and in that room. And I remember moving into that new place and my family helping me out with everything, and like knowing that it's never gonna be the same anymore. Yeah. Like that was like that hit me. But you know, everyone was really supportive, and they knew that this was my dream and my passion to do this. And it's not. I'm like an hour away, so it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So I try to visit them as much as I can, even though, you know, it's kind of hard because I am like busy, although I don't have like a job per se. I'm still doing stuff every day, so I call them and try to stay in touch with them and keep them updated with everything I'm doing. But yeah, without them, I would not be here. Like they were definitely like the backbone to everything. Like, behind the scenes helping me out with every little thing. So yeah, very thankful and blessed to have a supportive family. And now I'm out here, and they're very happy with what I'm doing. And now I'm just trying to, you know, make my family proud. And like, you know, I'm a representation of my parents. So anything I do kind of, you know, reflects onto them. And I just trying to represent them in the best way possible. Same thing with my whole entire family. So my dream is to be financially free and to do anything whenever I want to do it and bring my family and my friends with me. Like that is my dream. Like, so it's like, I know I got to work now, and they understand now, like, you know, that this is what I'm going to be doing. And I feel like it's going to pay off at the end of the day, or, you know, 5 years from now, who knows? I could, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think at that, you know, in the future, I can definitely, you know, go back and help them out, and that's the plan.
Did you ever know you'd get to this point like those years ago? Because you're in a good place now, so. Yeah,
I definitely think I'm in an okay place right now, and I can definitely be, you know, there's definitely room for improvement and growth, and I understand that, like, I'm never complacent with what I'm doing. Like, I admire the work and stuff that I've done, but I'm always on to the next, like what's next. But I couldn't even tell you 3 years ago from today, I could not tell you I would be here right now. Like, everything just happened, just started lining up, and the work has been paying off. As cliche as it sounds, like, hard work pays off. And like, I can say that because it's happened to me. Like, and I would always hear that, and I would always hear people tell me that. And there was doubters like me, because I've been doing YouTube videos in high school, and people were making fun of me for that. Like, I remember just being in school in high school. Nobody was doing YouTube videos. You were doing YouTube videos, so you pretty much understood. But there were people that didn't really understand it, and they're like, "What? That's weird. Like, you're a weirdo for doing that." But I just stuck with it because I was really passionate about it, and it made me happy. And hey, here I am now, and it definitely paid off. And I never would have expected me to be here. Like, that's why I wake up every day blessed and happy, and like I try not to stress and be mad about things, because, you know, it could be worse, and there's people out there that are living life, you know, in a different situation than me, that, you know, so I'm just very grateful, and I just try to, you know, be the best person I can be and create stuff and inspire people. Yeah.
So what do you do to make sure you don't get into that stage of complacency? Because I know there's a lot of YouTubers probably that we've watched growing up. They got kind of complacent and now they've fallen off and things kind of vary. So what do you do to keep productive all the time?
Yeah,
it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard because I've seen the YouTubers that I watch and I look up to. I did a while back, and they kind of just fell off. And I mean, I don't know them, so I don't know what happened, but I can probably say that it was because of burnout and the creativity wasn't there and things like that. And I just tried. I'm just so driven by creating stuff, and now that I have an audience that are waiting for me to upload stuff and that are inspired by me. I get so many DMs a day saying, you inspire me to do this, or like, I love your videos, it makes my day, like I was having a bad day. And I feel like I have a superpower.
Right, yeah.
Like not everybody can have that impact on people.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I started making videos for fun, never knew it would get me to where I'm at now, but now that I have an audience, it's just a bonus and something that really drives me every single day, to have that influence on people. So if I can make an impact, like why not? And like I wouldn't trade this job for the world. Like this is something that's like, I want to, and I know what can come from this. Like I can do more things from here. Like I want to do music, so I'm practicing right now and using my platform to like do music and also, create a message and, throw it out there. And hey, I can maybe start touring or like get signed. You never know. Like you never know. And that's the thing is like people are always scared to do something because, it's like, that's not me. Like I can't do that. Yeah. But in reality, it's just out of your comfort zone. And like, if you break that barrier and get out of your comfort zone, that's when you grow. And that's when things start to happen that you wouldn't even believe. Yeah. So that's just what I'm on right now is like, I'm just trying to keep working and things, as I was able to do this for the past 2 months straight, I feel like things are just aligning. Like they're aligning and it's happening because I'm putting in the work and I'm always reaching for something. What's next? What's something that can get me to the next level? Right. So like I try not to stay complacent in that way because if people already seen, like I could keep making the Kidz Bop videos, but that's gonna get old. I mean, it's already gotten old. So I always try to think, what's the next thing? Like, what can I do to get me to the next? Because there's people that are working harder than me right now. There's people that are in better places than me, and I know that if they can do it, I can do it. Right. So, and like anybody that's listening can do it too. Like, you just gotta understand that it's a journey and it's a process, and you have to try to ignore, the negative energy that's kind of stopping you from doing what you want to do, and just creating stuff in general is just what I love to do. And right now I'm like trying to create things that no one has done because I know that's how I can get to the next level is like being unique and providing something and providing value to my audience is what I'm trying to do right now. So
are you afraid of burnout? Do you think that'll happen?
I'm definitely afraid of that because I know people that have gone through that and are in it right now. But I try not to stress too much about it. Like, in life, like you can
burn out with anything.
You can burn out with anything.
Yeah.
And I just try to have a good balance. Like I do work a lot, but I also chill a lot too. And like I try not to worry too much. Like just recently, I'm like, okay, I have this video to film and I have to have this done with the brand deal in this month. And I'm complaining about these things, but I shouldn't be complaining about it because these are good problems and this is what I signed up for, So I just try not to stress about these because I gotta always remember how I started, and when I started making videos was for fun is because I love to do it. Yeah. And when I start treating it like it's I have to do it like a job, I don't like thinking of it like that because when I started, I just started making it for fun, making videos for fun. So now I'm doing that, but more in a efficient manner, like scheduled out and knowing that this is my income now and I have to make money and do what's best for the channel and for my brand, but also doing what I love to do and not selling out with the brand deals and not doing this. So in all, just creating videos and trying not to stress about it too much because I could take a break. There's nothing wrong with taking breaks. Like but I'm not gonna, for the rest of my life, I'm not gonna be making videos every week. Like that's just insane, you know. Like, I mean, I probably am, but I'm not gonna be.
Knows? Yeah.
Who knows? Like, who knows? Just right now, I don't want to. I gotta pump out 3 videos a week. Then I just become this robot, you know. I don't want to do that. Like, I still want to. And what I'm trying to work on right now is socializing and making time for friends, because like I feel like that's something that I lack, especially with like girls and relationships. Like, I don't put myself out there because I lock myself in a room and like edit videos. And the thing is, I love to do that. So it's I need to. It's okay, you know. I gotta tell myself it's okay to make time to, you know, spend time with some friends and go out and not worry about making videos or not getting content, because, you know, that's life, and that's just, you know, how it is. I don't want to be this robot, and I feel like if I continue on this, you know, just working every single day and not giving myself time to breathe and to relax and hang out with people and socialize, that's what's going to get me to burn out. And by me realizing that is one step closer to not burning out. So I'm just trying to remember that every single day and just trying to, like, you know, take it day by day. Yeah.
So are you talking to any girls right now? Because you mentioned that.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And that's
no special girls or anything?
No special girls right now, and I've never had a girlfriend. Still.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this thing back in high school. Robert was saying like he never had a girlfriend. I remember it was the craziest thing. It's still a thing.
Still a thing.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, I guess it's kind of sad, but it's like.
It's not sad.
I don't know. I guess I'm really picky, but
yeah.
I'm so like. I feel like it's just tunnel vision for me right now, and it's like, I know girls want attention and every single day, and it's like, I can't see myself right now giving like a majority of my attention to somebody, you know. But I would love to like be in a relationship, and I always think about it, and I feel like I'd be a pretty good boyfriend, but I feel like right now is just not the time. I just want to focus on myself, and you know. Also, I think what I got to do is just put myself out there and like get out and like go to the clubs or, you know, go to some parties and stuff. But I haven't done that, so it's like, ugh. So I'm working on that though. Yeah. I'm working on that, and hopefully maybe by next year. 2020 is my year.
2020, the year Robert gets a girl.
So right now I'm just trying to boss up right now.
Yeah, you're trying to boss up.
I'm trying to boss up. So that's what I'm trying to do. But hey, if there's anyone that's single out there listening, just hit me up on my DMs.
That's crazy, man. I still think that's like unbelievable. It's still to this day, huh?
Still to this day, and it's like.
Hey, I mean, you do a lot. You know, a relationship takes a lot of effort.
It takes a lot of effort and time and commitment. Yeah. And I can't say that I'm ready for it because I've never done it before. So right. I think it'll come when it comes. Okay. And I also think a problem with me is that like I do work a lot, but I'm also like the funny guy. Like I feel like girls see me as like, oh, he's like the funny friend. Like I can talk to him about anything. And so I just need to learn how to break the barrier from like being the funny guy, like to like kind of being romantic too. Right. And you know, working on it. Yeah. I watch a lot of videos and read books about like building relationships and how to get people to kind of like you and stuff. And it's all a process. Yeah. So it's like that's still in my head every day. It's like, oh, I want to, you know, I want to eventually, you know, be in a relationship and get married and have kids, but I feel like I'm young still, so that's stuff that I could really worry about like later on in the future. But hey, if it happens, it happens, and I'd be cool with it. That'll just be something I gotta adapt to. Yeah.
That is wild, man. That's unbelievable. Yeah. So 750K, right now, subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, give or take. 1 million is coming up. When is that happening? You think?
Wow, 1 million subs, and I wouldn't even be able to fathom that like when I first started. So being at this position is like, and I'm not in a rush to like hit 1 million subscribers because I'm here for the journey. Like I know what it takes, and I kind of set the goal of hitting 1 million by the end of this year. And what is it, November? Gonna be mid-November. 2 months. Yeah. So who knows? I'm just making videos, and if it bangs, it bangs. Get some video, get some more subs. But right now I'm focusing on building like an audience that'll come back and you know stay with me and stay in the journey. And I know eventually 1 million is gonna come. But I'm just having fun with it right now, and the numbers don't really get to me too much, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
And I try not to let it. It used to get to me like, oh, my videos didn't get over 20K views, like, like. But the thing is, I never gave up. Like, I was getting viewed, like, even 2 years ago, I was getting viewed like 2,000 views, and that's a lot. And back then, to me, like, I was okay with that. And like now, I'll make a video, and if it doesn't hit over 100K, I would be like, dang, this video flopped. But then again, I got to remember like where I started, and like, you know what I mean? Like, if 3 years ago, like, I would be ecstatic to have 50K views, you know? Yeah. So right now, as long as I make videos and people are impacted by it and can get something out of it, that's all I care about. Yeah. And like, you know, the views there's always gonna be enough views for everybody. There's always gonna be enough money for everybody at any given time. So it's like, you know, hey, I'm just riding this wave.
Yeah, just keep riding the wave.
Yep,
I do remember when you hit 100K subscribers. That was a huge milestone.
Yep, crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But at the time, you were Robert Entertains.
Yes.
So you're no longer Robert Entertains. I don't know if people know that. But
yeah, a lot of people don't, especially like the new subscribers. They do not know that.
Yeah.
People don't even know my name's Robert.
Okay.
Yeah. People, because like I recently, so that happened was like maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago. I changed my name online.
Was it that long ago?
Was it?
Damn, time flies, man.
I don't even know. Time does fly. But the reason I changed it was because I wanted something that rolls off the tongue a little bit easier and something that's more brandable, because I was starting to think of the future and like, how can I make this into something bigger, you know? And I just felt like Robert Entertains was a little bit too much, and like for like SEO and search, it was just a little harder for like marketing and my brand. So I was like, what can I do? And I was like, Rob. So I changed my name to Rob on pretty much everything, and that's kind of what I've been going by now. And I kind of trained YouTube to know that if you type in Rob, like I'll pop up. First thing. So I can just tell people like when I tell them about my channel, but yeah, just type in Rob, and that is so cool to me. So like just I think in the future, in the long run, I think that was a good choice that I made, just for like branding and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's a cool little name, 3-letter name that I could have on there.
That's true. Rob is it does roll off the tongue.
Yeah. So now like I'll see people in public, hey Rob. And it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you also change your Instagram and Twitter handles? Because it used to be like the Robert Lopez.
Yeah. So Robert Entertains was on YouTube. That was since the start. 6 years ago, I had Robert Entertains. First thing I thought of, pretty much. That stuck for years until very last year. Instagram, when I first made Instagram, it was the Robert Lopez. And then again, I changed that because it was just too long, and I wanted something clean. You know, I wanted something clean.
Yeah, Rob Lopez.
So I wanted Rob at ROB.
Yeah. Who has it?
Some rapper guy has it, and I'm like, oh, I want that. But he wasn't willing to give it up, and I understand that. Like that's such a unique. Rare name to have. So the next best thing was Rob Lopez. Right. And some guy had it.
Really?
And it was some like dad, some older guy.
Yeah.
So I DM him.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, like, are you willing to give up your name, sell your name? And he was at first he saw my followers. I had like 20K followers on Instagram, and he I guess he just assumed since I had followers I had money. So he'd be like, yeah, 10,000.
Oh my God. Really?
I was like, you're kidding me, bro. And he really didn't know. Like he was like an older dad. He doesn't know nothing about social media or like what a handle can mean to like an influencer or somebody that's doing social media. So I DM him back and forth, and I was like, he was like, yeah, I looked it up and people are charging this amount. I was like, dude, like, oh my God. No one's ever gonna come to you and asking for Rob Lopez. Like I'm probably the only person. So he said, I'll call you the next day, whatever. So we ended up getting on a call. He's like, all right, bro, I'll sell it to you. So he ended up selling me the name for $500, Instagram handle. And I was like, for me, that was worth it.
It was worth it, yeah.
It was worth it. So I paid him.
Or $10,000.
we were on the phone, and he switched it on the phone, and I haven't paid him yet. And I could have easily just not paid him. Yeah, I could have easily said, boop, block. But, you know, I'm a good guy.
Hey,
so I didn't want that bad karma, so I ended up paying him, and then I got the name, so now it's Rob Lopez, and that's what it is.
That's what it is now.
Yeah, so I started rebranding everything. Twitter is Rob Lopez, but the O and Rob is a 0.
Is it really? It's not.
It's not. It was I'm Rob Lopez. Some guy named Rob didn't want to give it up either. He was saying that like Rob Deerdeck offered him like millions or something. Rob Deerdeck
Really?
offered the guy that has Rob on
Really?
Twitter like $1 million or something crazy, and he didn't give it up for that either. So I was like, he ain't gonna give it to me.
Oh my
So I was like, next. I don't really use Twitter as much, but
Yeah.
I changed it to that just because it kind of matches more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you mentioned to me earlier that TikTok was the new wave. Why is
Yeah.
that?
TikTok is
Why do you say that?
the new wave. I don't know if you noticed, but TikTok is everywhere right now. Everyone's using it. People are growing their brands and their company off of TikTok. Lil Nas X is a thing just because of TikTok. All these artists are investing a lot of money to put their songs on TikTok because you can blow up on TikTok. Regular kids are becoming Instagram influencers that are getting a lot of money just by making TikTok videos. And it's such a new form of entertainment and social media where it's just right at the thumb, like easy to view, and the algorithm is so different from any platform. And I think Instagram is it. Well, right now you can look at the top app. It's just TikTok on the App Store, and it's like
Yeah, it's crazy.
everyone is getting TikTok, and you're seeing it in every music video now. Is like people are promoting TikTok. So I tell everybody, I'm like, TikTok is a new wave. I think TikTok is the closest thing to becoming Instagram or like being that at that level. And yeah, like you can make money from TikTok. You can get followers from TikTok, growth from TikTok, which should then turn into, you know, you starting making YouTube videos, you starting a clothing line, you starting making music.
It could just branch out to so many different
It could branch out to
things,
so many things, and a lot of people, and I have friends that are, you know, doing that. That started on TikTok and now have like millions of followers just by making TikTok videos.
And now you're also TikTok verified.
TikTok verified. I think last month I got verified on TikTok, just because I've seen the potential in it.
Right.
3 months ago, and I started posting on there, and before you know it, I'm at like almost 400,000 followers on TikTok.
It's a whole different audience too.
Whole different audience.
Yeah.
Like I got recognized in public for being a TikToker, and I was like, I never would have thought.
Yeah.
Like I make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And this kid came up to me and said, like, you're from TikTok.
Oh.
And I was like, I guess I am. I guess I am from TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm getting comments on my Instagram, on my YouTube videos, like, I saw this on TikTok first. Like, whoa, what?
Wow.
So that just goes to show how powerful the app is, and like, I recommend anybody to get on TikTok. It's a new wave. It's gonna be huge. And if you're not on it now, like hop on it, because that.
Yeah.
At first, I would laugh at TikTok.
Yeah. No,
I would cringe at TikTok.
I did that too. Yeah. That was me.
Like I was like, I'm not doing TikTok.
that's
Like
what I
that's
said.
cringy. And then I had a meeting at the TikTok headquarters. They actually invited me to go to the meeting there. I had no TikTok account.
Nice.
They emailed me, and they sat me down and they're like, yeah, so we like your YouTube content. It would be cool if you made content like that on TikTok, because it wasn't like there's no creators making content like that. And I was like, okay, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
They didn't want to take any money from me or nothing, because they don't pay creators or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So right after that meeting, I was just motivated to make TikToks all of a sudden, and nobody was really making TikToks, none of my friends or nothing. But I just seen the potential and like how people were blowing up. I was like, okay, let's give it a try. 1 week later, 100,000 followers on TikTok. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
That's insane.
Like this is next level. Like engagement was crazy engagement.
Yeah, I haven't seen that growth anywhere else.
No, I've never seen that growth on no app ever. And just to be able to interact with the TikTok people, and like it's so easy to then, you know, share your other platforms and my YouTube videos on there and my Instagram. And it was just a smart move, and I think everyone should do it. Recently got verified on there. Super cool. And now I just make TikToks for fun, and people follow me on there and people like it. So yeah, and who knows what's gonna come from that? And
Who knows what's next from that?
Who knows what's next from there?
You never know, right?
You never know.
You never know.
And that's why, like, I encourage everyone to just, you know, if you want to make videos, if you want to make TikTok, like, do it, and don't be embarrassed, and just kind of like, you never know. I have a friend that kind of just blew up from TikTok and now has like hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, and now is like getting flown out places, and all from just making videos. Like it's crazy. Like
From everything, it comes down to the very essence of this, like making videos, right?
That it all comes down to that.
Insane.
And this new generation of like, you know, social media and things move differently now. Like it's hard for the parents nowadays to understand, but you can make money online and there's so many things you can do. Because, you know, 6 years from now, this wasn't even a thing. Like people weren't making money like that 10 years ago, you know? So it's so taboo for the parents and the older generation. Like, do you make money on YouTube? Like, I watch YouTube for free. Like, you know, but like they don't understand like the ads and stuff. You know, like, so like that's why I'm excited to see what happens in 10 years from now. Because like, who knows?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting older because like even I thought, you know, I had some reservations about TikTok. And now knowing that you can make money off of it, I don't know. It's just like social media is growing at such a rapid pace. Like even I feel like I'm being lost in it sometimes. You know? And it's like even people older than us, they're like they kind of like look down upon like the social media, and it's like, yo, you can learn how to use TikTok and you can grow, you can make something out of it. But you know, it's hard to get into to other people's heads, like you know, TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and videos and editing and like that's just there's a lot that goes into it.
There's a lot that goes into it, and it's like it's so different now, and I think, you know, kids nowadays, especially if you're talented and you have ambition and stuff, if you're not taking advantage of this stuff, I think it's foolish, you know? Because like we have this.
It's there.
Like imagine like back in the day, like if they had this platform, like people back in the day had this platform, the world would be different.
Yeah, it would be.
Like we are the new generation. We have this stuff, so why aren't we using it? You know?
Exactly.
So that's why I'm trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Because who knows?
That's insane.
Like who knows? Like
you really just don't know.
Something could happen to me, you know, God forbid, tomorrow, the next day. I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to live it up and take advantage of everything I can do.
So like yesterday, you were at the KSI versus Logan Paul fight.
Yeah, at the Staples Center. Yeah,
Staples Center. You mentioned that, you know, it was like one of your first times where you're kind of like mobbed by fans.
Yeah.
So how was that experience? Like, did that, you know, flick a switch in your head? Like, oh wow, this is actually crazy. Like, I can get even bigger than this. Or what was going on through your head?
Yesterday, that was so overwhelming for me. It was like, it was so awesome. Like the energy was just. It's something that I've never felt in my entire life. And like for these past like even 3 months, I've been working hard and making these videos that, you know, some of them went viral and like and it's hard to look at the numbers and to put that to like a face. Like there's actually, it's hard sometimes. It's hard for me to realize that people are actually watching the videos, like actual people, actual kids, and I'm actually influencing people. Like it's crazy. So just to be at that one event yesterday and to have people coming up to me and saying, hey, I like your videos, can I take a picture with you? Like it was just a surreal moment, like quoting things from my videos and saying you inspired me to make music, and like I tried to do the song in an hour, and I love your Kidz Bop videos, and oh my gosh, your AirPod video and your that was just so much. And then for us to, and then me and my friends, we all do YouTube videos. My roommates, we all three of us went, and for all three of us to be there, people recognize us three together. So when we were there, like we couldn't even go to the concession stand and buy a snack because we caused a scene, you know, and majority of it was because it was my roommates, like they're huge. But for the kids to even know who I was and to watch my videos and coming up to me and wanting to take a picture with me, very humbling and very like, it definitely like gave me another spark to like, wow, like I want to make more videos and like inspire more people, and like who knows, you know. And I never got that taste of that until yesterday. And that was very like eye-opening for me and very humbling and overwhelming and inspiring, and it was just so much. And I'm just gonna remember that day for the rest of my life. It was crazy.
It only gets bigger from here.
And it only goes up from here, and I like to think of it like that too. And I never made videos I want to be famous. I need to be famous, and
I remember that.
I never made videos to do that, and I never had that mindset, and I still don't. Like, it just kind of all happened, and you know that's what happens when you put 6 years of work into something and you grow this platform, and it's sad to see like kids nowadays want to do YouTube videos just to become famous and make money, but you know they don't realize that it's much more than that, and it's much more work than that, and I've seen people like wanting to try to do something, and then they do it and they realize that it's not what it seems, because it's not, you know, it's not like people look at YouTubers and, oh, they have a great life, but it's not. It's a journey that we had to go through to even get here, and still every day I'm putting in so much work, over 8 hours, you know, every single day to make videos and entertain people, and people and kids are just watching the videos and like, all right, when's the next video? And they don't really understand like what goes into it.
Tomorrow, you know?
So, you know, like
a lot of work goes into it.
So like going into like, you know, if you want to start making YouTube videos and, you know, pretty much doing anything, it's a process, and you have to be there for the journey, and you really have to be passionate, and you really have to want it, or else, you know, it's not going to be genuine, and it's not going to last. And by me realizing that, I feel like me starting a long time ago when YouTube wasn't really where it is now, it definitely gave me it definitely helped me grow and learn and really appreciate, you know, the platform and the craft. Right. So yeah.
Now you're here.
Now I'm here.
It's crazy. Do you remember when we filmed the beat drop video? Do you remember that?
Yes. That was a very monumental video for me too.
Talk about that.
Yeah. So that was in high school, senior year. Yeah. And that's when I met you. Yeah. Because you guys were doing videos. Yeah. Friendly Empire was your thing. Yeah. And I just thought that was so cool. Yeah. Like, and I saw like Ray, your partner in Friendly Empire, was editing videos, and I never knew how to edit videos or nothing. And seeing stuff like that inspired me to even, you know, make videos and like, oh, this is cool. Like, I want to be that guy. So I remember I saw this like Vine or something, because Vine was big back then. This guy made a like beat drop dubstep thing, and I was like, I can make this into a YouTube video, and it wasn't like I had people waiting for me to upload. I didn't have like a fan base back then. It was just kind of for fun, and just to show like our friends at school or whatever. So I remember we got a group of friends, and we were already friends by then, and we were making videos already, and we're like, oh. And I don't know how I even thought. I was just like, oh, let's make this prank video where we walk around malls and stores and just kind of like faint or just fall and not do anything and see what people say. And that was just fun. We just got a group of us friends in high school. That was our friend group, and we're like, oh, let's make a video. Boom. That was the very first video that hit 1 million.
I do remember that.
That was crazy.
Dude, that's a trip, to be honest. So you said first video to hit 1 million.
Yeah, so that beat drop video, it was called, what is it called?
When the beat drops in public.
When the beat drops in public.
Yeah.
And I remember we kind of started a wave. Like after that, people started
making
making those videos, and I was like, "Wait, did I just do something?"
Yeah, you just started.
But yeah, that was the very first video that hit 1 million, and I remember it was the same day as graduation, senior year. I made a post on my Instagram.
So symbolic.
It was so symbolic for me. I was like, this whole senior year journey of me making videos, and then I woke up one day and it said 1 million views. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Yeah. And for you and for all my different friends to be a part of it, like it was just so cool. Like that was a cool little moment in my life where I was like, yeah, we made it a viral video, you know, in high school as friends and just chilling. I remember we made another one on your channel, which was so funny. Like
that was fun.
I always go back and watch that one. I think that one we stepped it up a little bit.
Yeah, we
did like solo ones, and it got crazy.
Yeah, it was really scary filming those videos.
And I'm surprised we did that. Like,
in high school.
Like those are kind of like scary. We scared people, I think.
I think we
did. Well, whatever. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah.
We were just doing it for the fun of it, and hey, and that, you know, helped me. That motivated me even more to make more videos, and it's like, you know, things just happen, and things happen for a reason, and I believe in that, and everything kind of just lined up, and this inspired me to do that inspired me to do this, and it just kind of led up to, you know, where it is now. But yeah, that was a very monumental moment in my like YouTube career, I guess. Was like getting that 1 million views was all I've ever dreamed of when I first started making videos.
And now you're just cranking them out.
Now I'm just cranking them out, and
million per million.
I'm like, hey, I'm trying, and it's like
a lot of hard work goes into it.
A lot of hard work, and it's like a lot of like thought and like what's viral, like, you know, like what's gonna be viral, like, and I'm starting to learn and grow more to learn on what works on YouTube, and I'm learning these different tricks and tips to get more people to stay watching my video, like the video retention, because then that helps push out in the algorithm and stuff. So learning little things like that day by day is helping my channel just grow in general. But now I just try to every video I make, I try to think of it as, is this gonna go viral? Like, is this a viral video? Because that's what's gonna get me to the next level. Like, I can sit down and make a I don't know, like a generic video that anybody can do, or I could use that time to make something that no one has done, and something that's very unique, and something that may have the possibility of going viral. So right now I'm concentrating on focusing my time on creating content like that, and for me that's creatively fulfilling for me to make content like that. And I'm not saying that anything's wrong with doing like vlogs, because I mean I'm doing vlogs right now too with my friend, because that's fun for us with my friends, my roommates. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with any other genre, but for me, this is what I'm happy doing, and I have the mindset of like, I want to create something that's viral and something that can make an impact, and something that's bigger than, you know, a generic normal video that I used to do, you know. But I'm just trying to, you know, just stay busy thinking of different concepts every single day. I'm doing a lot of research on YouTube, watching a lot of videos, because I get inspiration from anything. Like, I'll see something, I'm like, oh, I'll write it down in my notes. And that's kind of how nowadays I'm finding video ideas, is like what's kind of trending, what's popular, what's something that people are looking up, and kind of staying on brand and staying doing content that makes me happy.
And you have stacks and stacks of notebooks that you just write video ideas on. It's insane.
So I like to have like a hard copy of my stuff.
Right, makes sense.
Just because I don't know, for like, I like writing stuff on my phone, but then I quickly transfer it to my notebook, just because I'm more efficient that way. And like the phone, who knows, I can drop it, the screen doesn't work, I can't back it up, I lose everything. I feel like having a hard copy is always going to be there. I can go back, I can refer to stuff, and also it's like something that I can leave behind, like, you know what I mean? And that's what I've always liked. Like, same thing with like I'm not trying to put myself on like that level, but like if you found like a piece of Einstein math equation on a piece of paper, like how meaningful is that? Like, super meaningful. So it's like, I want to have that something where it's like my kids can look at that, like when they're something could touch and they can see, and they can be like, wow, like you put a lot of work in all these years, and you can see, oh, this is when you made the Kidz Bop video, these are all the lyrics, like, oh, these are videos that you've never even made. And like, to have that is like what I try to keep, you know. I guess I'm like nostalgic like that, and I like to keep things to look back at like in 10 years and to show my kids. And even when I die, like I want to have something that's there that people can remember me by. Like, there's gonna be the videos there, but like this was like how it all started. Like this was the foundation of it. So just that idea is what I like. And that's why I do the notebooks. So
so not all the videos make it to your YouTube channel. So
nope, not all the videos make it. Like, I have a lot of videos that, you know, and that's the whole process, and that's the whole game of this, is like, not everything's gonna work, and you have to realize that. And that's why I put in so much time. Like, I write videos, and then I'll start filming it, and it's like, this is not really what it seemed to be, but it's good practice, and it's like, it's good practice writing and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't see it as a waste of time. I just see it as like an opportunity for me to grow and to learn from my mistakes and stuff that I don't like and stuff that I like. And there's like a handful of like projects and things that I wanted to do that, you know, it just didn't end up working out, or I ended up just scratching because I didn't want to do it anymore. But I still have it with me because I like looking back at it, you know, and that's why I don't like deleting any of my videos. Like, I know a lot of creators that will delete their previous videos, like say they like blown up or whatever. They don't want people to see their old videos, but for me, I want people to go to my first video and be like, wow, like this guy came from this and now he's here. And that's just also another way to inspire people, and like they can see, wow, did this and it took him 6 years to get to where he's at right now. Like, I want people to go back and be like, he just didn't come from nowhere. Like, he put in the work, and all the videos are there to show it. So that's why I like keeping everything there. Even if they're like, I can't even go back sometimes and watch my videos because like they're cringy, and like obviously because I was younger and my mind was in a different place. But that just shows the growth in the journey, and I love that. Yeah, I live for that. So it's like, just the journey. Yeah.
So what's next? You've talked about, your career goals, your YouTube goals, your health goals, relationship goals. Like, what else are you going to be doing? Like, what else is next? Because obviously you have all this on the plate. Like, what else? What other goals are you trying to go towards?
Right now, like, I want to just take things day by day, and like focusing on my YouTube. I think that's my main concern right now, is like, or my main priority right now is my YouTube videos, because without that, that's like a stem and the plant for everything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like the root of it. And so that's like my main priority, but also, taking time to try to grow this brand, the Friday Night brand, because that's something that I've always wanted to make clothes, and now I have the opportunity to. So I want to make sure that I keep growing, because I don't want to let that die. I want to keep that going. Music is something I want to start concentrating on, like more professionally and more serious, because I'm at the point where it's like, why not? Why not try it? I have like an inkling of interest of making music and sharing like my words and my stories and stuff. And I think that's just a different outlet for me to do that, another creative outlet. So I'm starting to meet new people that do different things and that make music and that can engineer. So it's like, I have these tools. Why not use them?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to do music within the next year. I want to try to take that more serious, because like I said, who knows? Dude. Like, I can make a hit song, and then before you know it, I'm signed, and then I'm start touring, and then like, you never know. And like, I mean, anybody can do it, but I'm just trying to take action and like, do it while I can, because you're only young once. Like, I'm only gonna be this young and this in shape and capable of doing this like now. Like, I don't want to wait 10 years and be like, dang, I should have tried it. Like, I would rather try and fail, than never try at all. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So kind of doing the same thing I'm doing now, but just scaling it up. And that's what I'm going to focus on coming into the next year, meeting new people, starting new relationships. I think my main concern, or not concern, but my main thing I want to worry about with relationship is creating meaningful relationships, and relationships that that will last, and that not only I could benefit from, but from my friends could benefit from. Because like, sometimes I can't get along with people because there's not much I can really talk about, and it's like we don't really relate on certain levels. So it's like I'm trying to surround myself with people that will keep me in the right mindset, and that will keep me I'm not trying to sound selfish, but like, I'm trying to surround myself with people that I can help out and they can help me out. Whether that's like, I mean, I don't even know how to put this, but like, I feel like friendships are very important to me now. And like, I just try to create meaningful relationships with everybody, because you never know, you can learn and take something out of everybody. Like, no matter how many followers you have, no matter how many and in LA, I've already seen so many, the way people act out here is so different from my hometown. It's like, a lot of it has to do with like followers and clout, and I can only be friends with you if you have this. So that's why I bring up the whole friendship thing, is because like, I want to create friends that like want to be my friend, and that like me for me, and that I like them for them, and just trying to keep my circle small and meaningful, and when I do create relationships, trying to learn something out of it, because you can learn something from anyone. And agreed. I think that's when the best friendships come out and the best relationships. So and it sucks, because like, I feel like I've lost a lot of friends, like from high school and from like dance, and that's not because like I don't like this person or they don't like me. It's just because like I've just grown separate ways, and I'm kind of like just doing my own thing now, and it's like, it's hard for people when they're busy. I'm busy. But I think I take friendships and relationships very importantly, and I'm focusing on making like meaningful relationships and building things that'll last, rather than like like, I don't like when people just want to be friends like to get something out of somebody, like you know what I mean. So it's like,
and have you been faced with like instances of that?
And like even not even recently, but recently too. Just being out here has opened my eyes to things like that, and seeing people's true intentions and stuff like. And I think I'm pretty good at knowing like seeing that whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a pretty friendly person, and I'm cool with everybody. So it's like, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
totally forgot what I was gonna say too.
yeah. I kind of just started rambling, and then
no problem.
My brain kind of was like, "What are you even talking about?"
No problem. I know. I can see like how. I mean, a person of your stature now, like where you have to start being careful about like people that you let into.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't know like their intentions.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like sometimes I just don't even know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might not even be anything. But and I'm not even trying to be like, oh, I have this 700K. Like you can't be my friend. But I just see friendships differently now. Yeah. Like you know what I mean. Like I was always so involved in school where I was. Going to classes and having friends in class, and then I was in a fraternity too as well. So So I was doing meetings and stuff for that too. Yeah. And then dance and stuff. I was just always surrounded by people. So I was like, I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But friendship is just and relationships has a different meaning to me now. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I'm not friends with the people I used to be friends with. They're still cool. Like I'm still cool with them, but. I just try to surround myself with people nowadays that, are good energy and good vibes and like, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen each other in 4 years.
It's been like 4 years, yeah.
4 years, right?
Yeah, 4 years, but like, I mean, I just feel like we're just cool like that, Like,
definitely, yeah.
That's just how, we were cool in high school, like, and you've been there from the start, so you've seen everything. Like, I've been watching you do your whole college stuff and keeping up with you too, so it's like, it's just just how it is.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to tell the listeners of this podcast? Any last words? Any final moments? Anything?
Wow.
Anything. The platform's all yours. Go ahead. Take it away.
This is the very first podcast I've been on.
Oh,
so
really?
So this is so cool to me. Like, whoa, I'm in a podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. ASMR. They're gonna like that. They're gonna like that. I promise you, they'll love that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just very grateful that you even made time to come talk to me. Of course, man. I love talking about this stuff. And like I said, I don't have too many friends out here, so it's like for you to come out here and like I get to show you around my place and kind of like where I'm at now, and like to even talk about my journey. Like I've never been able to talk about this, so for you to give me a platform for that is cool. So I appreciate that. And then, I don't know. I'm just grateful and happy, and I'm content with where I'm at right now. But I'm also like, I'm also driven and excited to keep creating and keep inspiring people. So,
I've been wanting to get you on this podcast for the longest time because I want to get your story out there. I want people to know, because a lot of the audience for this podcast are kind of like college age, like working people, and I just want to get these people to have another perspective. Like a lot of people are closed-minded about like stuff like this, social media, YouTube stuff and stuff like that, and just like knowing your story, hearing where you came from, and all these obstacles you have to go through to finally get here, and now you're still going. You're still facing new obstacles, but the difference about you and like other people that I've noticed, like you constantly take action, which is amazing. Like people can say they want to do this and this, but they're not doing anything. You say you want to do this, and you're taking the necessary steps to get to that next step, which is like, I think, really admiring, not just to me, but to anyone else who's listening to this podcast or watching the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's always what I kind of strive to do is like, if I set my mind to something, like I want to be able to show people that, hey, like I can do it and you can do it too. And that's the thing, like a lot of people nowadays are very closed-minded and they are scared to break out of their comfort zone and to do things that are out of the normal, regular, day-to-day things that people do. But it's a big world, and there's a lot of opportunities out there, and especially in this day and age, you can pretty much do anything you want to do. And it's like when you realize that and you open your mind and you're willing to put in the work, great things could happen. And it's like, Yeah, no.
Can't sum it up better than that. Thank you again,
There it is.
Rob.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so
for coming on to
much.
the podcast. Follow Rob on all his social media platforms.
Please, that'll be cool.
What are they?
Instagram is Rob Lopez. Twitter is Rob Lopez, but the O in Rob is a 0. YouTube is Rob, and you could type in Rob, it'll come up, but it's gonna show an R, and then the O has like a slash through it. You could just hold down the O and then press 6, and then it'll give you that.
Oh, really?
And
I
then
didn't even know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but it's just an aesthetic thing. It isn't just to be a little bit different, but
Plug your brand website.
FridayNight.co. You could find my clothing. I drop every month, like mid-month, pretty much. My second drop's gonna be like close to Thanksgiving. I don't know when this is gonna be out, but just keep the lookout for that if you want. And I'll be creating stuff every week. So if you want to keep up with that, follow me on the social media, and you can see.
Yeah. Thanks again, Rob.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Jason.
Of course, man.
My guy.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Friday night, so what's it gonna be? It's gonna be alright. It's all on me. My life, hit me with a 4, 4, 3, 2, and you'll see. I eat too late, I took the leap of faith. I dropped everything to do this every day. I don't know what to say when they telling me I changed, cause they never see my face. Now they always say my name, yeah.